Rick, you mentioned trying to get Colin Miller into the game. Looks like he's going to get in tonight. Just decision to didn't want him to sit too long, I guess.
No, not too long, and gives another right-hand shot back there. He's had a couple of practices. He's been in all our meetings, so I think he'll be a little bit more comfortable here tonight than it was the first game that he played here, and also going back to New Jersey, that was kind of an emotional night for him as well. So, but it's time to get him back in the lineup.
And he'll play with Dylan Sandberg. So your top four is back to kind of how it had been, right?
That changes, shift to shift. Aaron, he's on top of that, and we talked about it yesterday. When it's time to put the other pairs back, we will.
Right. Adam still wasn't out today, but is he okay for tonight?
He'll be okay tonight.
Okay.
Sorry, is Josh going back with Dylan Miller then, Rick, or can you keep him with Neil?
He'll stay with Neil to start the game. We'll go from there.
Thanks.
I was interested in hearing your thoughts just on sort of the overall depth of this team, because you've been working a lot of guys in, but also you have Cole come off, out of the press box to do what he did the other day. You've got a guy like Nemesnikov who's played on every line and every position. Iafalo's moved around a lot. Appleton's even been up. Like, how valuable is it to have a group of guys that are kind of that versatile?
Oh, it's certainly a luxury. And, some guys, you move them around and it bothers them a little bit. It throws them off their game. The players you've mentioned, it doesn't bother them one bit. And that can go shift to shift, especially with Vlad and Alex. Like, your left wing, we need you there. Your right wing, we need you there. So, again, it doesn't affect them. They're pros. They're versatile. They know how to play the game the right way. And as a coach, it's a great feeling to be able to put them in any situation and know they're going to respond.
Rick, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the Flames. The first game against them was the first game of the year, but most recently, both games they've put up a lot of goals. What makes them so dangerous?
Well, they've got a lot of skill up front. They do, and their D are very involved. So, I'm not surprised they're scoring, because, again, that skill level up front in their lines is pretty impressive. So, and they're feeling, they're loose right now, and it's a lot easier to play the game when you're loose and carefree out there, and you're not afraid to try different plays. So they'll be tough tonight. They always are, and they'll be tough tonight.
And I want to ask again about Cole Perfetti. You scratched him against Vegas, and we talked about it. You said it was because of the physicality and the matchup. Is him coming in against LA, a playoff opponent, and doing what he did kind of a sign of growth and development at such a young age?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. Again, he hit the wall for a little bit that we all recognized, and he recognized, and he's the first to admit it. But there does come a point where you've got to give him another opportunity. And I had told him, when we get you back in, we're going to give you some more time with the top six. Now, going into that game, was he meant to stay there the whole game? Maybe, maybe not. We had to see how things were going, and he had missed some time, and just to see if that was going to work. It started out well, so there was absolutely no need to make the change. But we know he's got a great hockey IQ, and he's got good hands, good vision, and he was on that night, so it's good to see.
Rick, I don't imagine that Cole has to get 2 goals and an assist every game to stay on that line. But aside from the offense, what are the subtle things that he needs to do to continue to get you're staying on that line until you show me something different?
Yeah, well, it's staying in the game. It's staying in the fight. When he gets in trouble, he doesn't stop. He roams and he takes himself away from the play. If you watched him last game, he was stopping and starting when he needed to stay in the fight for the puck. So that was a big improvement. And also defensively in our zone. You're not going to score points every game, but you can't be responsible for goals against every game, right? If you're going to score and you offset it, that's fine. But so he's improved his defensive play, and again, that's stopping and starting. That's big, because then you're in the fight and you're in the game. You're not chasing the game all over the ice. So those are the 2 big things that we were looking for.
Just to clarify, Connor just exercised his option today?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about the PK. It looks like you guys are sort of happy giving the shots up from the top and the sides as long as they're from a certain type of distance or what have you. Is that the idea? And then when those shots come in, does that put a lot of onus on your guys to either block shots or box out? Like, is it a real scramble in terms of how much effort that they've got to dig in for there?
Yeah, it is. You're out. You're giving that shot. You want your players in the shooting lanes. You want to know what you're giving up. But just as important as all of that is that when there is a shot, that everyone collapses to the net. Like, we don't want to just go out in the shooting lane. Okay, it gets by me and stand there. You've got, because there's going to be 2 or 3 guys in the other team down by the net. So when the puck gets to our net, we've got to keep getting better at getting more bodies down there, getting control of the puck so they're not getting second and third whacks at it, and getting it down the ice. The goal against Ottawa is a good example. We got down there, we got it, we just didn't get it out of the zone, and it cost us. So we did everything right there, other than clear the puck. And when you don't clear the puck in this league, you're usually going to end up in the back of your net.
Right. So, like, once upon a time, if the other team had guys parked in front of the net, it would almost be a man situation. But there's a lot of zone in that, right? So you need help. You need a full 4-man commitment. Is that the key to getting to that rebound and then getting?
Yes, especially that weak side forward coming down. The shots off one side, that guy's got to get down and help that net front D.
So basically, we shouldn't torch the guy who's closest on scene, because it's really everybody's job.
It's everybody, absolutely. Good, thanks.